Hello there, my name is Professor RichTheMan of the Crystal Laboratory here at Kabam HQ, aka the Death Star, Spacey McSpaceship face. And one of my principal jobs here at the Crystal Laboratory is to debunk the theories that you as players have. Yes, it's another one of those videos. Now this video is focused on lines and directions corresponding with different classes of things like tier 4 class catalysts, Prem crystals, and any other crystal where you're potentially going to get a certain class of champion. Yes, if it comes in at some angle, will you get a cosmic? Will you get a mystic? Who knows? But in this video, we're going to debunk that. And without further ado, let's do what the gangsters always say. I'm going to debunk up in your faces.
Oh shit, here we go again.
This image here came up a little while ago and I was like, I want to test this out. I want to be able to debunk this and see, does this indeed work? Or how many times out of, say, X amount of tries does it work? The lines and directions in which the crystal goes into your vault, does that determine what type of class it will be? This is what I want to test out. Let's get into it. Also, just to point out, I won't be opening a huge amount of crystals because unless you've got some kind of Rayman complex, I'm not going to be able to do this counting constantly because it'll be like I'll have to ticker it and how to kind of like remember where they're coming to. Like, oh my God, will you slow down so I can pinpoint where they're coming from? Either way, it gives you the idea of what we're talking about. Lines of going through. Now, I can go like red, yellow, red, yellow, yellow, red, red, yellow, yellow. It's very difficult to pinpoint and it's very difficult to keep up with, but I will not be counting something like this. This will be very much focused on one at a time so I can get a little bit more of a better handle on this. For this video, I'm going to be presenting the lines in conjunction with what we see with the image. And yes, the image does state for tier 4 catalyst as well as 5-star crystals, but the same really applies for anything and everything. So it's fair game. So let's go and check this out. Let's begin with this 3-star here and then we'll work on these prems. So 3-star to begin with is coming at an angle right at the very top. Now for me, that looked like it was going down the science route, but could be a case it is close to the skill line. Let's go out and then go back in again. Kind of between science and skill, but I would say based on that, that would be a science. So let's pop it open. And it is not a science, it is a skill. So that theory did not play out accordingly. Now I don't know if there's any margin of error for this, but it definitely didn't come off the way that we were hoping to see. Let's now test out these prems. Although, do bear in mind, I'm not going to really put this into the whole aspect of getting correct data because let's face it, if you've got 4 crystals, they're going down 4 different ways. If one is a science, then for whatever reason we get 2 sciences, then that data is incorrect in so many different ways. But it's quite interesting to see what will actually be picked up. Let's have a look. Okay, so here we go. Now, from that, it looked like we had a science, a cosmic, a mutant, and a skill. Just double check that again. Now that's changed, and that looks more like it's cosmic mutant. So is that going to be a case now that it's changed? We were initially meant to get like a skill, science, and maybe a mystic, but instead it's going to be predominantly cosmic and mystic. Let's have a look. And obviously, like I said, do not take this data in as proper information as it could be subject to change. There's other different factors as well. Like we could get a science in here, a tech, because that's how it rolls. But let's have a look. Cosmic and mutant we should expect. The answer is we've got a science, we've got a tech, and we've only got 1 mutant from there. So again, let me reiterate. This so far is take it with a pinch of salt. This data is not completely correct. Let's go back to 1 opening a time into the vault so then we can get that correct data and information. Let's have a look now at this 3-star. So we're going to purchase it. It's then going to come at an angle which is closer to mutant or mystic territory. It's a bit difficult to kind of 100% guarantee that that is the case, but I would expect mutant or mystic from this particular crystal. Let's pop it. And we have got a mystic. It was closer to Mystic, but it could be a case that it was between there. So, does this put more of a spectrum? So if it's close to one or the other, then it could be the case. Is this an irregularity? But so far, the data from the previous 3-star and this one is that it doesn't really show the correct ratio. It's not correct. Now it's time to spice things up a little bit. And let's do that with a Cavalier crystal. Now let's have a look. And the direction was pointing mainly to a cosmic. But the fact is, if I go out and come back in again, the direction will change. But has that locked it in as a cosmic? Let's have a look. So that was the initial purchase. We're going out. Then we're going back in again. Similar direction, but it seems more in the skill territory. But like I said, has this locked this down to being a cosmic? Let's have a look. Now I have splashed out a little bit for the Cavalier crystal, although I feel a little bit salty nowadays with the performance of these, especially having my very first opening of Cavalier crystals, as it's been a while to kind of go, right, well, am I willing to spend X amount of money for this? So therefore, is the luck going to be with me today? And especially to see me a cosmic, or will it change and give me that skill? Let's have a look. And the answer is it is indeed a cosmic. That is very interesting information. So as we said prior, that the idea was when I purchased it, it was a cosmic. But when I came back, the crystal came from a different direction, which was primarily close to the skill line, but still retained that cosmic to begin with. Okay, so this information is beginning to intrigue me a little bit. Now, so far, it looks like from the first 3-star we did, it was inconclusive. The second 3-star that we did proved a point. The third one, the third crystal, the Cavalier crystal, showed that point of being right. So we're now 2 to 1 out of the 3. So let's continue on. We'll go back to Prems. Here we go with the Prem coming in, and it's bottom right, which indicates a Mystic based champion. Now with this, I'm not going to go out and back in again. I don't know if that's a theory that you can indeed trigger the Mystic or trigger the certain particular class based on going out and coming back in again, but let's see. So this in theory should be a Mystic based champion. Is that indeed the case? The answer is no. So we're now 2 for 2. It's like 2 versus 2 against the theory and for the theory. So it's very much equal playing field. Does it feel that this is a thing that it's constant? Is it intermittent? Or is it a complete load of horse bollocks? Now, so far, not so good. And it is coming to the point where you've got to think to yourself, is this indeed a thing? Is it just a happy coincidence that someone's gone, right, well, let's put this together? Is it a case of going like, this works some of the time, not all the time? But me personally, and the reason I do these debunking things is I am 100% on the idea that this is not something that either is, number one, exploitable, that you could just try to get this constantly going, I need more skill-based champions, let me make sure that the crystal comes in X direction and there's Y outcome. The fact is, it is not something that looks like it's a working thing. But let's continue on. Let's do a 4-star. Right, there we go with the angle. Now, according to this, this should be skill, but the way and the rate that it comes in could be a case that that is sorted down the cosmic line. Was it close to cosmic than it was the skill? Let's have a quick look. Let's see if that is the case. So skill or lesser degree cosmic. Let's shatter this completely and be completely debunked. Skill or cosmic? It is a mutant. Again, proving the point that this does look like it is not an exploitable thing, or it's not something that occurs regularly and is just an odd coincidence, or maybe someone just put this on just for the lols. Now I'm going to go back and give one more try to the method of going in once, seeing a direction coming out, and therefore it going to be locked into that particular class. So it's coming in at an angle which is close to cosmic. We then go out. We're then going back in again, and it's gone towards more of a science. But has it locked it into either that skill or potentially that cosmic? Let's have a look. And the answer is, well, that is a turn up for the books. If it indeed is a case that that was the cosmic, then that could be the theory. Let's see if we can replicate that again. So now let's do this with a 4-star. And it's coming across from the bottom, which looks closer to Mystic. We then come out. We then go back in again. And it's coming down from the science or skill line. So I'll be annoyed if it's science or skill, but we would want to see if that theory works with this indeed being a mutant. Let's see. Well, again, that is where it's interesting. That is a Doctor Strange, that is a Mystic. And fortunately and unfortunately, proves the point of how to get it. Or does it? I'm going to give this one more try. We're going to go back to Prems. So here we are with the Prem. Coming in from bottom right indicates it being a Mystic. We go out. We then go back in again. Comes from bottom right. Has this locked it down to being a Mystic base champion? Oh, very close, but it indeed looks like that this could be some sort of lucky fluke, as I do not think that this is a proper exploitable aspect to getting a certain type of champion class from crystals. So there we have it. I've repeated and tested out the theory, and to me it doesn't look like this is a consistent form of getting a certain class type from crystals that deliver any type of champion. We'll just quickly try the tier 4 class catalyst, but I think that we're going to see the same type of results. Here we go. Okay, so that came over the top and it looked like it was more towards science or skill. But it is difficult to pinpoint that because it more than likely the bottom part of the crystal came along the skill line. So in theory, this should be a skill. But it is a cosmic. Oh no, it's dropped on a tech. But if I went out and came back in again, would that have mean then that would have locked that position? Again, it goes back to this being pre-locked with the crystal at the point of purchase, the point of being getting to you. So I don't think there's any strength to this particular theory. So there we have it, folks, irrefutable evidence that the myth has indeed been debunked. I myself are going to go and work with my team on creating Cavalier crystals more trollish than they actually are. Blame it on RNG, people spend a lot more money, it's a bloody win-win. Don't think I should have said that. Anyway, goodbye for now. You're still here. Hello. Yes. This isn't a post-credit scene. It's just saying that I want to say thank you to everybody for supporting a video like this. It's a bit weird, a bit out there, but also at the same time, it's a bit of fun. And it's all good being fun, but at the same time, I do this full time now. So if anybody could consider supporting me through Patreon, as well as the membership scheme, link is in the description for Patreon and membership. Also, if you feel so generous as to drop a tip or a donation, then please come to a live stream and I can just say thanks in person or through the medium of talking to a camera, but you're the other side of it. And if I get to meet you, I'd like to shake your hand and say thank you very much. But in any case, thank you very much for supporting my channel. Thanks very much for allowing me to do this, and I will hopefully be making more videos like this in the future. Maybe on MCOC, maybe on other games, but it is a lot of fun doing them. So yeah, thanks very much, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now. There's a wall here. I'm gonna go this way because there's no wall here. Yes, there's another wall here. I can't really get out of here. The door's there, but there's a light in the way. I need a bigger office. I need a bigger studio. I'm just gonna end here. Bye.